Yeah, absolutely. Well, we've got a little change along the way, and then it's going to continue on. It was actually a little cooler today, even though we did see the sunshine. Not sure if you felt it out there, but we were about 5 degrees cooler today. We're cooling down a couple more degrees as we head into tomorrow afternoon. The fog's starting to roll in, so that's a part of the equation. That's what's starting to cool us down. A trough of low pressure moving in. With that, we're going to see the sea breeze kick in. The sea breeze kicks up the fog, brings it to the coast, pushes it inland, and cools it down. So that's what we're going to be dealing with for the next 24 hours. You'll see a bit of that fog working its way into Southern California. In fact, so thick that to our north could see a little bit of drizzle. At this point, it just looks like the drizzle is going to stay to our north over Santa Barbara and San Luis Obispo counties. Here at home, though, just dealing with that dense fog. And as we head into the next few hours, it's going to continue to trickle into our forecast. Earlier today, we made it to 66 degrees in downtown. Average is 68. So we were a few degrees below average and staying that way, but not for long. We'll tell you what you can expect a little later in the week into your weekend. That's all coming up in a little bit. Back to you.
He's like a student. I remember my two of my favorite high school teachers, Mr. Duprat and Mrs. James, for different reasons.
Really? Do we want to know those?
Do we want to know? Yeah.
No. You guys remember? I mean, nothing like a great teacher that you remember the rest of your life.
That's so true. That's so true. My English teacher was my favorite teacher.
Yeah,
that's great.
You didn't have teachers, I guess.
I guess not. I have lots of favorite.
All right.
I have to think about it because there's so many.
I know. Anyway, the weather, fabulous.
I'm not sure. You're doing weather, right?
Yeah.
She is.
Oh, yeah.
That's why we're moving on.
Right.
The weather was fabulous.
We're just waiting for
I mean,
you.
I can wait here and think about all the teachers.
No,
Let's talk about how the weather was fabulous.
Yes, we can talk about that. It was fabulous. And yes, we are looking at a few changes in the forecast, at least over the next 24 hours, and then we're expecting temperatures to change again. So a little bit of a cool down followed by a little bit of a warm up. We're getting crystal clear out there, and you're going to see right here we're getting a look from our Mount Wilson camera, and as we do, you're going to see, yes, crystal clear conditions in this shot, but that's not exactly the case. A little to our north, we're looking at some fog. It's starting to move in. It's spreading over Santa Barbara County. It's starting to spread over San Luis Obispo County as well. Could even see a little bit of drizzle to our north and just dense fog here at home. So that's going to be the case into the overnight hours and into the morning hours as well. Temperatures out there into the 40s and the 50s, 53 in San Dimas, 55 in downtown currently. San Pedro, you are at 55 degrees. And earlier today, we made it to 66 in downtown. So we were actually a couple degrees below average for a change today. Record temperatures way out of our range, 91 degrees, not getting anywhere close to that. At least not over the next 24 hours. We're getting down to the 40s, up into the 50s by the afternoon, mid-60s. So technically, we're a little cooler as we head into your afternoon tomorrow, and we are looking at a little more cloud cover as well. Santa Monica, 62 tomorrow. Palmdale, 64. Woodland Hills, you're getting up to 67 degrees. And why is this happening? Well, low pressure is moving in, that trough of low pressure. It's bringing in cooler and cloudier weather. And on top of that, we are dealing with just a, warmer forecast. So as we head into the later part of the week, of course. So that high pressure rebuilds, and with that, you're going to see windy and warm. We are expecting above average temperatures. That's going to be later in the week. Remember, over the next 24 hours, we're dealing with just a little bit of a cool down, a little more cloud cover out there for the Basin and Orange County. You're waking up to low cloud cover, but we're clearing out by Thursday. By Friday, more warming, and by Saturday, plenty of sunshine. Cloud cover by Sunday, but we're still in the upper 70s. We're going to show you what it looks like at the coast and, of course, into your inland spots. That's all coming up in a little bit. Rick and Sharon, back to you.
After trying, meet a local dog named after a famous dancer. You can see why. That's next today.
Yes way.
That was amazing. I can't wait to see that again. And we're going to have your forecast. How about that? We're expecting cool down, then a warm up. We'll have all the details coming up. We're thinking Rocco might be the perfect size.
I think so. I think you should put it out there.
Okay. If he's not gone.
All right, I have a feeling one of our viewers.
Ross,
I think one of our viewers might beat you.
Just go for it. Okay, there we go. Exactly. I'm very tempted. That is one of the cutest things I think I have ever seen. Other than my dog, of course, who's also one of the cutest things I've ever seen. All right, moving on. Let's get to the forecast because we do have lots to talk about. We're looking at a few changes. We were just looking at Long Beach. A little bit of cloud cover. You're going to see it moving in on radar. And with that, we're looking at foggier conditions and, cooler conditions as we head into tomorrow. maybe even a little bit of drizzle to our north, fog right here at home, and temperatures falling into the 40s and 50s right now. 54 in downtown. Santa Clarita, you're at 53 degrees. And as we head over to Malibu, you're currently at 57, Laguna Beach at 54 degrees. So earlier today, we made it to 66. Average is 68, so we were a couple degrees below average for this time of year. Record temperatures 91. Didn't get anywhere close to that. Not getting anywhere close to that over at least the next 24 hours. Getting down to the 40s and then 50s. You're going to notice a little more below average, and it's technically cooler than it was today. Remember, today downtown you got up to 66. Tomorrow 65. Anaheim 67. Riverside 68. And Woodland Hills 67 degrees. So low pressure building into Southern California. That's what's prompting the cooler and cloudier weather. That sea breeze kicking in, and with that we're seeing the, well, return of the fog. High pressure rebuilding later in the week and a warm up. Not only warm though, we're expecting windy conditions as well. Offshore winds kicking in, so windy and warm with above average temperatures and plenty of sunshine later in the week. So for the coast, cool temperatures tomorrow, jumping to 70 by Thursday, warming up by Friday, plenty of sunshine by Saturday, and by Sunday, a little bit of cloud cover out there for you. Getting a look at your next 5-day forecast, you're going to see a very similar pattern, cool tomorrow, and then warming up as we head to your Thursday, Friday, and your weekend. Rick and Sharon, back to you.
Ev, thank you.